What's up, Internet? I am the host and producer of the Ultra Mega Sports Show and the executive director of Resports, Joe Villaverde, here to talk some fantasy hockey with you. Right now, we're just talking strategy. We're not going to talk a whole lot about players. We'll name a few, but we pretty much just want to talk about strategy right now. I might in the future. There's 7 days left until the season starts, regular season starts, so I might talk about players at a future point. But right now, I just want to talk about general draft strategy with you. And I'm not the complete authority on this. I'm pretty good at fantasy hockey. I have a pretty good Yahoo resume. But I also want this to start discussion. So leave comments down below, video responses, and we'll see what we as a community come up with the best draft strategy. But I just want to share mine with you. Basically, we'll go round by round. We'll talk. Like I said, we're not really talking about players. We'll name a few, but we'll go round by round, and we'll see how far I can go. First round, first round's pretty easy. If you don't know how to draft in the first round, you're kind of crazy. If you have the top three, obviously you're going for Ovechkin, Crosby, or Malkin. It's up to your opinion on who you think is better there, but you pretty much can't go wrong, basically. But what I think you should do with the first round pick, if you're later in the first round, you might be looking to grab a goalie here. Roberto Luongo will be available. 1 year leagues, Martin Brodeur will obviously be super great. So later rounds, you might be looking for a goalie. In the second round, if you haven't grabbed a goalie, now you grab a goalie. Now you grab someone really great. Or perhaps maybe if you already did grab your goalie, now you're trying to grab your impact forward. Pretty much you're just looking for points here. The guy who scores the most goals, most assists, obviously going to help your team. Remember, centers are a dime a dozen, so if you can get a great winger, it's way more important than getting a center because there's a lot of good centers in the league. Lots of depth at center in the whole league, so don't worry about it. With your first round, you might still be grabbing a center because some of the best are centers, but in the second round, you're definitely grabbing a winger if you're grabbing a position player at this point. In the third round, I like to go a little off the board from what most people do. At this point, I'm already grabbing a D-man because I've been a big believer on the person who has the best D in fantasy hockey wins. I just think it's math. I think a 60-point defenseman with a 40-point forward has a lot more value than an 80-point forward and a 20-point defenseman because there's consistency there. I would rather have that 64. 60 is really a lot for a defenseman, but Mike Green has those kind of numbers. Even a 40-point defenseman is not so bad. You're looking at Sergei Gonchar, Ryan Whitney, so those guys, you really want to draft D in the third round. Again, this is just my opinion. This is the strategy I've been using, and frankly, it's worked out pretty well. Number of reasons. You can trade that D later for a lot more value than you can get. And like I said, centers are a dime a dozen. You can get a 40-point winger anywhere. You can't get a 40-point D-man unless you get him relatively early in the draft. You might want to wait a little longer. Maybe, really, you gotta play how the field is playing. If you really don't feel like anyone's gonna draft D, you could wait till the fourth round. Sometimes you could wait till the fifth round, but for sure D will start going in the fifth round. From there, you're in the fourth round. Like I said, you have to be watching how everyone else is drafting. If everyone's drafting goal scorers, you need to get yourself a goal scorer. If everyone's really assist happy, maybe you let them become assist happy because there's a lot of assists going around in the league, and you try to cover another base, maybe penalty minutes, maybe plus minus. Depends on what stats you use. So you could even be considering another goaltender at this point because, I want to say, in standard Yahoo leagues, 40% of your stat categories are goalie stats, so those are super important. So at this point, you're just looking at how the rest of the league is drafting and draft around that. So those are some of my basic rules. So I'm just going to go over them quickly again. First round, you're looking at, if it's later, you're looking at goalie or obviously your best player or your best center. In second round, you're looking for either your goalie or a winger. For sure a winger, I think. Third round, I'm looking for D already. And you've already heard my reasoning behind all that. So once again, if you disagree with me, that's fine, because obviously this is all up for discussion. I want you to comment below, and I want you to have video responses, because I would like to start a discussion about what you all think your best hockey strategy is. Links are going to be posted. Did I start the video? I don't even know. Links are going to be posted. You can go to retouchmedia.com, sports.retouchmedia.com to see our sports website written by some of the best university sports journalists there are around. Also, you can listen to the Ultra Mega Sports Shows live broadcast on the radio. It plays live Mondays at 12 on 95.9 FM in Winnipeg, but you can download the podcast right here, and you can listen to those whenever you want. Once again, I'm Joe Villaverde. This is the Ultimate Sports YouTube show, and that's all I got. But one announcement I do want to make, we are doing a charity marathon in a couple months. Date isn't exactly set, but we are going to be donating all proceeds to kids sport. It's a great cause. Basically, we're going to play NHL 10 and be huge nerds for a whole weekend. We're going to do an entire season, including playoffs, straight. So that'll be fun. We're going to have webcam set up and live chat so you can chat with us, and of course we'll be donating all the money to that charity. Eventually I will have a donation page set up on the Sports website, and we'll do stuff like that. So stay tuned for that, internet, and thanks for listening. Once again, post your comments, video response. Let's figure out what the best hockey strategy is together, folks. Peace.